So this is my first video that I've done in a while, and I'm just not used to being in front of a camera. I'm sure as I continue to make videos, they're going to be a lot better. I'm going to be a lot more comfortable. So what I have set up today is my little dog here, Champion Jr., who's a border collie. Border collies are sheepdogs, and they're known for being shepherds. So today we're honoring shepherding. Today is also Wednesday. Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the god of travel and merchants and communication, magic a little bit. In astrology, he's celebrated for those things. Mercury also rules Gemini and Virgo, and so we see qualities of Mercury in those signs. Right now we have the Sun and Mars moving through Virgo. Nothing is in Gemini right now. So I definitely want to focus on Virgo's energy, which really goes in hand with the energy of shepherding. Virgo is the perfectionist, which is so interesting. Well, okay, let me focus, Nathan, focus. Virgo is the perfectionist, and I'm very much perfectionist to some degree. I can't even say I'm a perfectionist because I'm not perfect enough to be a perfectionist. Where was I going with that? The Sun and Mars are moving through Virgo's energy. Virgo is the perfectionist. Virgo is also the healer. I happen to be a certified massage therapist, although I'm kind of in a weird transition of life, not really sure what I want to do going on into the future. I know that eventually my body is going to be worn out from doing massage. So my backup plan is to do astrology readings. So the Sun and Mars moving through Virgo, the Sun's energy is the core personality, and so we have a lot of Virgo personality coming through into our lives, all the Virgo birthdays this month. Mars in Virgo is the warrior energy being expressed through that perfectionist style, through the healer style. So this is kind of like the disciplined warrior, the warrior who has a routine, the warrior who is healthy. And those are pretty dominant themes at this point. Mars's transits usually last about 2 months, the Sun lasts about a month. This book right here is the Encyclopedia of Spirits. So I brought this out to divine, is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, something of spirit. And I just remembered my pendulum is not in my card deck. It's over there. So I'll be right back. Alright. Well, first, so I named my pendulum Odin, who is the Norse king god, who is also the god of wisdom. He cast both, or at least one eye, into the well of wisdom so that he could know all things, or something like that. He also has 2 ravens. Oh boy. Moonin, and I forget the other one. Who travel around the world seeking knowledge to give to Odin. So Odin, knower of all things, I named my pendulum Odin to get information from the world. Odin is a bloodstone pendulum. Bloodstone is legend to carry the blood of Christ, and so is a very protective and spiritual stone. It's color green, marked with little flecks of red. I don't know if you can see that. green is associated with the heart chakra, so very protective of the heart. And then blood of Christ is very based in salvation. So all that energy is in Odin, and while I'm talking about him, I'm charging him. So now that Odin is charged, I will ask if there are any spirits who want to be talked about today. Okay. So there are no spirits who want to be revealed today. Awesome. Today I'll just do one card, because you already kind of have the divination of the Sun and Mars in Virgo. Also, earlier this morning, Mars was trine Uranus, which means that disciplined warrior energy is harmonized with Uranus, who's the innovator, and right now retrograde in Taurus. So what that means is innovative energy is being grounded by the bull. So it takes on a form of more of like the cultivator. While Uranus is in retrograde, that energy becomes internalized. So now is the time to meditate on our cultivation. What were we cultivating in our lives? How can we take a step back and reflect on that? So we have Uranus over here harmonizing with Mars energy over here. Both of those are very masculine, very energized. With Uranus in retrograde, it is more reflective. And so it's like a time to reflect on our cultivation and what we can do next moving forward, which is the Mars energy. Virgo being the healer, caretaker, the disciplinarian, kind of more the organizer, the one who is disciplined because she receives discipline. Virgo being more associated with a female virgin. Where was I going with that? Connecting that to the shepherd, I guess this is where I was going with that. As far as a caretaking discipline. I'm much better at thinking than rambling. Bear with me. Oh, look. Whenever you're shuffling a tarot deck, if you do tarot yourself and cards fly out at you, that's the universe communicating. So I got two cards, the Ace of Cups, kind of see that, and the Eight of Swords. I'll put that in the order that I can see it. Okay. So these messages blended together. The Eight of Swords is about moving through trial, and the Ace of Cups is the hand of God offering the pure essence of emotion and spirituality. And so there's even a little water you can see at the bottom of the swords. Those are always fun things to look for, is the unintended, well, it's probably all very unintended, but the not obvious symbolism in the card. So that you can find connections between other cards. So we're moving through trials, having the opportunity of, well, the aces being one is like new beginnings of spirituality and emotion and the pure essence of it that we can find while even though blindfolded, that especially at our feet, which though clothed is probably going to be most vulnerable to the water. So finding that spiritual and emotional connection at our feet, at our base, at our root, and really tapping into that spiritually, being offered by the hand of God. So about staying grounded through times of trial. And sometimes it's okay to stand still. To receive that nurturing water, the way that a tree doesn't have to move for nurturing. That it just absorbs the water that's in the ground and also absorbing the sunlight. I guess that's all I wanted to do today. So I think I'm good. Really appreciate those who stuck around to the end. If you have any questions about anything that I did today, I'd love to talk more about it. I'm definitely more of like I talk better with human beings rather than to a camera. So I'd love to have like a real conversation about anything, about astrology, about tarot, about where all this comes from. You can subscribe to this video. I'm not sure where I'm going to post it. Probably YouTube and Facebook. Maybe Instagram.